So today's video is going to be a video on my Disney collection. I thought I'd do this because I like watching collection videos and Disney videos in general, so I thought I'd put this all together. It's probably not the biggest one that's out there. I don't have crazy amounts of plushes and memorabilia and ornaments and things like that. But I thought I'd show you what I do have. There's ranges from like old park memorabilia, a couple figurines, just general souvenirs, some artwork. So I thought I'd show you. There's probably something I've forgotten, so that's that. So just a little bit of backstory. I've been going to Disney since I was maybe 10, 12 months old. I was lucky enough that my parents were able to go on holiday a lot when I was younger. We'd always go to Florida, we had a villa there, and so it's natural that we would go to Disney. So I've spent a lot of time over the years going to Disney, and in our villa in Florida there is a lot of stuff still out there from my childhood, like the masks you would create going around Epcot, around the countries. I have a whole bunch of characters out there. I'm going to show you one today, but I'll try and find a picture of all my characters that we've got up on the wall, which we've had over the past couple of years out there. Well, probably like the last decade really, and that's something that we like to do every year, and it's probably something that me and Darren will continue to do probably. So I've got things out there, there's a few toys, just other little things from my childhood that are out there that I really should sort out next time we're out there. This is primarily my stuff, or mine and Darren's stuff. There is one thing that I specifically know he has that's Disney, but I'm just not gonna show it in this video because it's his, and it's quite high up in a box that I can't reach. And that is his like childhood toy, was a Fozzie Bear from the Muppets. He has that toy. It's still in pretty good condition. If I can find a photo I will try and insert it, but that's sort of his one toy from his childhood that he's kept. And also we do have a few Christmas decorations. I think actually just like one like figurine and a couple ornaments. So if I can find pictures, or if I can find I'll try and link down below maybe our Christmas decoration video or the haul where I show those items from when we last went to Disney, but those things I won't be showing specifically in this video. So let's get into this because otherwise it's going to be a long video. First things first, mugs. And I think I actually have another mug now I'm thinking about it that I need to go and get. So I've just gone to get two more things that I forgot I had. So we'll start off with the first thing. This is a like travel cup. I couldn't find the lid to it in the cupboard, so you just have the cup here, but it's got Minnie Mouse on it in her dressing gown, looking very sassy, just woke up. There's a donut and a cup of coffee, and then on the back it says mornings aren't pretty. So I haven't actually used this a ton. I don't particularly have the need to use travel cups very often, so it was a bit of a waste of money, but I love the design, and I love the design so much that I got it in the mug as well. So this is the mug. It is a giant mug. I mean, I think Disney are renowned for doing some quite large mugs. So again, it's just got Minnie on the front, and then it says mornings aren't pretty again, and it's just black on the inside. But yeah, I've probably used that mug a bit more. And then when my parents went to Florida last year, they bought us back matching mugs, and I believe these are either from Walmart or Target. So this is Darren's one. It's like a very sort of vintage sketch of Mickey Mouse, and it says Mickey on the side. And Walmart and Target are the best place to go if you want cheaper Disney souvenirs. And then this was my one. It says it's all about me, and it's got Minnie on the other side. So again, fairly large mugs. You're kind of pushed to find nice small dainty mugs when it comes to Disney. Next is a little freebie that I've got, and we got it when we went on our trip in 2017, and it's the Happily Ever After badge, and I've written on it just married. This was sort of like our honeymoon. We got married in Vegas and then went and flew down to Florida for a couple of weeks for our honeymoon, and so we walked around with those badges on. So I've got 3 t-shirts to show you. The first one, again, I think we got on our last trip to Disney, and it's just a grey t-shirt, and this is from Uniqlo, which they have in Disney Springs. This is a size extra small, and they do them in a ton of different colours and things, but it's just a very simple grey t-shirt, and it's just got a little Mickey Mouse on it. And I got this because it was very reminiscent of one that my nan used to have, and I may be able to find a picture of that, but she loved Disney, and I just loved sort of the simple but retro feel of it for me. And then I got this t-shirt, which I've not actually worn yet, from Primark. It's a crop top, and the bits at the bottom tie up into a knot, and then it's just got Winnie the Pooh with a balloon. I love a striped top, and I think this is going to be really cute to wear in the summer or on our next trip to Florida, which we are going towards the end of the year, which is exciting. So those are those 2, and then the other one is quite creased because I wear it as a pyjama top, but this is probably my most worn, and this is a Carousel of Progress t-shirt. I got this maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I got it off the Disney website when they were having, they were celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Carousel of Progress, and I really like this top and the simplicity of it, and I think they definitely should do more Carousel of Progress merch because it's one of my favourite attractions. So I'll move on to figurines. So like I said, we've got that Christmas one with Mickey and Minnie. A recent one that I got for Christmas was this one. This is part of the Jim Shore collection, and this is Wintry Walk is what it's called, and it features Pooh and Piglet in their little winter attire. I think it's really cute. I love the colours, and it's just very cute, and I'll probably keep it out all year round even though it is wintry. But yeah, very cute, and may want to get some more in the future, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I'm not one to collect loads of Disney figurines, but this is a cute one that I asked for. And then the other figurine is probably one that you see sitting in my video a lot of the time. This is very, very special to me, a lot of sentimental attachment to it. This was actually my nan's, and my nan passed away about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, about 4 years ago, and this was hers, and she bought it back obviously one year when we took her out to Disney, and it was for the 25th anniversary of Disney. On the bottom it still has the sticker, which I'll show you as well because that's kind of retro as well, but this is what it is. So it's Sorcerer Mickey sat on a book, and it's got a little clock in it. The clock currently does not work, but you can obviously make it work, put a new battery in, and then let me show you the bottom of it. Look at that very retro sticker. That was $35, which I don't know if that's a lot or reasonable in today's standards, but yes, very sentimental to me, and that often just sits up behind me in my videos. I like it to have it there. It reminds me of my nan. I remember she would always have it up on a shelf in her lounge, and we just have such a special bond over Disney. And I'm going to show you some of her bits as well. When she passed away, I took a lot of her photos and memorabilia, so I'll show you those as well when we get to it. The next thing is a piece of jewellery, and I don't really have any Disney jewellery, I want to say. I think I might have had some Mickey Mouse earrings at some point. I know my mum definitely has, but this is the only thing that I've kept over the years, and it fits me, but it's definitely a child size, so I've had it for decades, and it's probably something that I'll pass down to my children one day. And it is this little gold charm bracelet, very, very small, and I'll see if I can get a close-up of the charms. So you've got a little bow, and then you've got a very retro looking Mickey Mouse. Then you have what looks like Minnie's shoe, I'd say, but really could be either. Then you have Minnie in a purple dress. Don't often see her in purple. You have a little heart charm, and then you have Pluto. So yes, I don't wear this. This has been in my jewellery box for ages, but it's probably something that I will keep to pass down to my children one day. So yes, then we have a few magnets. So when we went last year we got 2, and then, or did we go 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago we got 2 magnets. Last year when my parents went, they got us a magnet each. So this one, again, from either Target or Walmart, just a very simple Florida one with Mickey, Donald and Goofy on it. That was probably only a couple of dollars. And then these are the ones that my parents got us, and these were $2 each. Just a simple Mickey and Minnie. And then the other one we have is a photo frame, and I might get us another one of these when we go back, if they still do it, because this is actually broken because it's fallen off our fridge so many times. But it's a little wooden photo frame, and it's got just a picture of us when we went to Magic Kingdom. This was $9.95, but it's only got one of the little hooks holding it together, so if they still have it, I might guess another one when we go back. I then have 3 pairs of ears to show you. I've not been a big collector of ears. I only got my first pair of ears in 2017 for our wedding trip, and I would like to get another pair or 2 for our upcoming trip this year. So I got these 2 custom made. If I can find the link from who I got them from, I will do down below. This is Darren's pair. So it's just got Mr. on one ear and like a wedding hat. He didn't wear his a ton, but he did do for some photos, which was nice of him. And these are very nice and sort of light, stretchy bands. They were pretty comfortable to wear. And then this was my one. So obviously you can get very similar ones at the parks that have the veil, but I just thought these were super cute. So it's got the big white veil on the back. On one ear it says Mrs. The other one it's got the ring and then a bow. So I loved wearing these around the parks. I felt super fun. They do feel slightly top heavy just because you've got the veil, but I think they're super cute. So those 2. And then Darren actually recently got me a pair of ears for Valentine's Day, and we have this little thing, he calls me Mouse, and so he got me these ears, which are essentially a mouse on Mickey Mouse ears. This band is slightly stiffer, like it is quite stiff to get on, and it's a lot thicker. I don't know how much I'd be able to actually wear these in the park because they do feel quite heavy behind the ears and like quite heavy to wear. So these may be just like a decorative piece, and for now I have got them sat on my little cabinet as decoration. But those are that pair, and it was just really sweet that he thought to get me a pair of those. But like I said, they are quite a bit sort of heavier and stiffer than those other ones, so we'll see. But I've got those, and then we'll move on to photo frames. So like I said, we've had caricatures done over the years. This is our most recent one, which we have hung up here from our last trip in 2017. So you can see I was wearing my ears there. We're wearing our husband and wife t-shirts. It didn't come with the frame, we did purchase it separately, but we really love having our characters done. We think this is the best artist. His name is Stan. I've mentioned before, I think he's there on a Thursday, but to me he looks like Jim Carrey, and he's super funny. I think he gets the portraits pretty spot on, so we like to try and get him every time. And the other piece of artwork I have is this one, and I think, yeah, Darren got me this, I think maybe for our anniversary, and it's this Piglet and Pooh print, and it says, "If ever there is a tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you." And we love this. After seeing Christopher Robin, we sort of fell in love again with Winnie the Pooh, and I just love this print. We've got it up in our lounge. So going along with that, I got these 2 for Darren for Christmas. These are from the film, and they're quite small little pictures of Pooh and Piglet, and they've got a little cell in them from the film, and it just says Christopher Robin. So they're pretty cute, and I think fairly inexpensive off Etsy. And then the other frame we got this again when we went in 2017, and it's just the frame. This was $26.99, and it's just really nice sort of silver frame. It says love and magic. It says love is magical, and then it's got the castle, and then we've just got a picture from our after day wedding shoot in there. So that's all the frames. I'll move on to one accessory. So this is pretty much the only accessory I believe I have, and again purchased fairly recently in comparison. This is a Winnie the Pooh tote bag. I believe this was on the Shop Disney website a while ago. I got mine off of eBay, but it's like this fake brown leather material, and then embossed you've got Pooh and Piglet just sat on a bench, and it says Winnie the Pooh on it. Inside it's this crazy bright yellow print with this sort of London print on it. It's got Pooh at different landmarks. So you've got Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, Tower Bridge, and there's a bus, and it also has an attached little pouch on it. This is good if I just want to transport a lot of stuff. So I often will take this over to my mum's if I've got quite a few bits to take with her, like my laptop, my books, knitting, anything like that. So take that with me. The other thing, which is probably the biggest part of my collection that I've collected, is Disney pins, and I will insert a little clip that I took of them. If you want, I can do a separate Disney pin collection video, but I thought it would be too much to include it in this one. Over the past sort of year, I haven't really been buying many pins online, and I've been trying to sell them as much as I can. I'm trying to work out a way of being able to display them all, because I still, since we moved in like 2 years ago, haven't really displayed them very well. Playing them, what's the point in having them? So yes, but some of my big collections: Mary Poppins, Pocahontas and Miko, The Little Mermaid, Aristocats, Carousel of Progress. They're sort of my main collections that I collect. So hopefully you've seen that little clip, and if you do want to see a full collection video, leave me a comment down below. I will move on to books. So a couple of books I didn't want to get off my bookshelf because they're all the way up there, but again I'll insert a clip. I have a Mary Poppins book by P.L. Travers, just one of the standard books that you can get in the bookshop. It's a really gorgeous edition, very like pinstripe pink. And then I've also got the Kingdom Keepers series by, I always forget his name, Ridley Pearson. I love those series, and I'd like to finish. He came out with like a second series which I want to complete, but I've got like 7 or 8 books I want to say of that series. If you don't know what they are, they're basically like middle grade kids books centered around the parks, the cruise ships, and it's a great way to get your Disney fix in reading. Great whilst you're at the parks, great to read, like if you've been there you can like imagine the scenes, and just sort of great adventure books really. So if you've got kids, they'll like them, but you know, I'm 22 and I like them. So yes, got those books. So I'll show you the other ones that I have been able to get. So the first one is a pretty old edition. This is the House at Pooh Corner. So obviously a Winnie the Pooh book. This is an edition that Darren bought me for our anniversary as my paper present. And as you can see, it is a really old edition. I believe it was it's either 60s or 80s edition, and like it's pretty beat up, but I love that behind it. There's just some gorgeous illustrations in it. I've not actually read this or the next book yet because I've got such a big to be read list, but I definitely want to. So the other book that I've got is Return to the 100 Acre Wood, and this was for the 90th anniversary, and it's sort of a follow-on of the A.A. Milne books. So I've got those two. I then have this edition of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. This is a gorgeous edition. Who prints it? Let's see. So this is a Barnes & Noble edition, 2012 edition, published by Barnes & Noble. It is gorgeous. I should go and see if Barnes & Noble have any other like classics, because this is just so pretty. So it's got like a purple and pink cover with this like gold foiling. The edges are dipped in pink. The inside is really pretty as well. And then obviously you've got all of the beautiful illustrations from the books, and it comes with a little bookmark as well. Again, I've not actually read this specific edition, but I have read another edition which I later got rid of, so a nice one that I can read to my kids one day and pass down. The next one again is a Winnie the Pooh book, and I believe this was given to me by my aunt when I was quite a bit younger. This is the Winnie the Pooh collection, the complete stories from Winnie the Pooh and the House at Pooh Corner. So this is pretty much all of the stories, I would say, and again a great one that I can read to our children. Lots of colourful illustrations, and just a nice like big book to read out of. And then the other book I've got is this one. This is Mary Poppins, Anything Can Happen If You Let It, and this is a book about Mary Poppins on Broadway. So this is about the musical on Broadway, and it's a really lovely coffee table book. It opens up and you've got all these designs from the show, how they created different elements for the different scenes and costumes. So that's on one side. You have, this is going to be hard to show you because it opens like full fold. On the other side you have the program that they give out at the show. It's a pretty well, I'm not sure if this is the one that they give out, but it's pretty in-depth. It's got a lot of photos on it. Yeah, this probably isn't the program you get the show, but it's good as really, and just lets you know a bit more about it. And then in the middle you have another book, again just on how the show really came together, from casting to again scenery and clothing. Let's try and show you. So just if you like the Broadway show in particular, just a very stunning book to own. And we did go and see it. Did we see it on Broadway? We either saw it on Broadway or we saw it in London. I feel we must have seen it on Broadway, but I've also seen it locally as well. So I've got that. And then the last sort of book thing I've got is the Disney Anna Guide to Pin Trading. This is the 6th edition. I don't know if they still make these in production anymore, but basically it's just like a magazine collector's guide to all of the pins that were in existence or came out that year. And it was like a reference guidebook. I don't really go to this much anymore. It's sort of interesting to flick through. You can sort of see if there's any pins that you want to get, and you know, you can go on Pin Picks and have a look. But they sort of tell you what, I believe, what their price was or what their value is now. Like a rough estimate, but again this one has been out of print for quite a while now. This is quite an old one, but again these aren't cheap. They do sell them in the Disney parks. This was $36.95, which is expensive for a magazine basically, but I've got those. And then I think the last thing that I want to end on is some photos and some items that were my nan's, so I'm going to show you those. So first I have this little bag. Let's undo that. This is like real old nostalgic stuff. So my nan kept everything. This is a little postcard, and it says to Nanny and Brew. Brew is her dog. It says, I'm having a nice time in Florida. The weather is hot. Love, Sophie. This is the 3rd of January 2003. So that's what it looks like. Pretty cool. And it's just cool to sort of have these back, you know, now she's passed away. It's a nice thing to have. This is a old map from SeaWorld, I believe. So yeah, really old and nostalgic, and it's cool to see like all the advertisers that they had at the time. Another postcard here, to Nanny and Brew, wish you were here, love, Sophie. And again, got lots of little stamps on that one. I don't actually know where that is supposed to be. I'm assuming it's like downtown Orlando somewhere. Oh, the colourful skyline and fountain from Lake Eola at night. So maybe that's on Disney property. Let's see what else. Just some other photos and bits and pieces. Oh, this is a nostalgic one. Me and Miko, as you know, I love raccoons. Me, Mary Poppins and one of the penguins. This looks like it's at Hollywood Studios, just based on the boat. So that's cool. This is a very retro one of Epcot back in like 2000 era when they had the Epcot sign and the Mickey finger around the ball. Let's see. I think these are just family photos. Yep. So we then have an old Busch Gardens map, a Gatorland little piece, like she really kept everything. A Gatorland map, another Busch Gardens map. This one is a Disney MGM Studios map. It says February 1st and 2nd, 1997. Backstage pass to 101 Dalmatians. So that's cool. Look at the back there with all the old Kodak cameras. Let's see what else is cool on here. Let's just open the map up, and these are in like pristine condition. So that is the map. Hopefully you can see it. Was this pre? Yeah, so this was pre them putting up the sorcerer hat, which is pretty cool. And on the back it's got an advertisement, free Toy Story tin from Kodak. So obviously Toy Story came out in like 1997, didn't it? So, oh look, you could dine with Miko. Oh, I would have loved that. So that's something else. What else have we got here? Busch theme parks like guide. This is cool. Is like all of the parks that are owned by Busch Entertainment, so that's cool. And then this is a Magic Kingdom guide map. This is from before I was born. This is in 1995, which pretty funny. So again, just really lovely to just look at and see how it's developed really. So they're advertising Pocahontas and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Let's open up the map. Look how basic this map is. I mean, it's just really nice and nostalgic to go through. Again, something that I can show my kids one day, and just really nice memorabilia to have. Hats not all, so hold on to your hats, as they say. I then have a couple of my nan's old photo albums, and she would write in them, so I know what years these were. So this is 1st of October 1999, and I'll just show you this picture. So there's me and my nan and Mickey Mouse and my aunt in the corner. So you can see I've been a lot. There's some of SeaWorld in here. What else? Gatorland. All sorts are in here. Universal. Let's see if there's any like retro looking photos. Me meeting Barney the dinosaur. Oh, this is a cool one. So this is when it was still called MGM back in the day. And then in the other one, I know she's got some more memorabilia in this one. So this is January 22nd to the 6th of February 1997. So what was I, like 6 months old-ish. And again, picture of me and my nan. So this is probably my first trip to Disney. So in here she's got an old ticket and an old napkin. You can see there she is with the castle when it was in its like candy phase. Super cool to have those photos documented. And again, just more like tickets that she's got in here. I think that might be all of like the Disney memorabilia. Let's have a look. But they've gone to like Epcot and Animal Kingdom. like my parents would be very embarrassed if I showed you some of these photos, so I will refrain from doing that. But yeah, I think that is all of the items that I wanted to show you that's in my Disney collection. I've probably left out some, so forgive me, and I'll probably kick myself in editing when I remember. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you collect anything Disney specifically, let me know down below what you collect. If you want to see a pin collection video, again, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.